Hello folks, welcome back. We're back out at Dad's shop. Today and tomorrow I'm gonna do a round 2 on this little Wizard engine. Today I'm gonna pull the gas tank out and try to fix the fuel leak from the time before. It was running out pretty good. And then tomorrow, after the JB Weld on the tank has had a chance to dry good, we're gonna tear apart the governor down in here and see if we can figure out what's going wrong with it, why it's not latching out right. But first things first, we got to get this fuel tank out of here, and it seems like it's just sitting on the frame of the cart, so maybe all I'll have to do is take off this fuel line and slide it out of there, and we can see if we can find out where it's leaking at on the bottom. Nope. Oh goodness, that was snug. Tucked right back in there. There we go. None too much room there. I guess I probably didn't have to loosen up that fitting on the tank now that I'm looking at it, because the whole tank will just slide out of there. Heck yeah, I didn't even need to loosen that up. Ooh, that doesn't sound good. Maybe it's a good deal that we got that out of there. Sounds like there's about 2 pounds of rust and debris in the bottom of there. Alright, we brought the tank over here to the welding table, but there's a lot of debris in there, so before I even worry about trying to JB weld it, I'm going to see if I can get this big plug out of here. Oh, that wasn't that tight. Take the cap off, and I'm going to take it outside and shake it out. Yeah, that doesn't go down in there, but about halfway. I don't know if we probably don't have any copper tubing like that. Well, you can even see that somebody's taken that and they've soldered 2 pieces of copper tubing together.
We could probably make something better than that.
Well, actually, we could probably even just make, it's got a threaded piece on the bottom of there where the check valve is. If we even had something to thread on there that came down a little bit farther, it would work. But it would be nice to not have to fill the gas tank clear full and only use fuel out of the top half of the tank. Yeah, there's a ton of dirt in there. I know the camera can't see it, but
oh my goodness.
yeah, that's a mess. I'm going to take that.
How can a galvanized tank rust that bad?
It's a Christmas miracle.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a mess. I'm going to pause the camera and take this outside and shake the rest of that out. I took it outside, dumped all the loose stuff out of there. We just put a handful of 1/4 inch nuts in there and shake it around. Whoops. Oh, that one jumped right out. Yeah, I easily dumped at least 4 times that much out on the ground out there. So there was a hell of a lot of debris inside of this tank. And while I was doing that, I don't know if the camera will be able to see this at all, but I found the leak. There's a tiny little, half the size of a pencil lead diameter hole right there. Okay, well, first things first, maybe I should move this lantern since we're screwing with gasoline right here. Probably wouldn't hurt to have the lantern more than a few inches away from the
But now we can't see as
gasoline.
good.
We got a little bit of gas in this Van Camp's bean can. We're gonna dump a little bit of gas in here, slosh it around, and then dump it back out through a filter funnel. Dump the clean gas back in there, slosh it around, do that 2 or 3 times. That will verify for sure that the one pinhole is the only leak we've got, and hopefully get some more of this debris out of there.
It's leaking.
Coming out of here now. I'm getting about 30% of it into the funnel, so that's good. Okay, yeah, you can see there's still quite a bit of stuff came out of there. I'm going to dump the halfway clean gas back in there, slosh it around, drain it out. I'll do that 3 or 4 more times. Alright, well, we've cleaned this up and we may be looking for a new tank. This tank is like Swiss cheese. There is literally, after I cleaned it with the Scotch-Brite good, I can see a hole right there, I can see a hole right there, a hole right there, there in the middle of that dark spot, right there. I've got a whole tube of JB Weld, and actually, even on the sides of it, I found a couple holes. I can't remember if it was on this side or on the other side, but I found a couple of holes in the side too. So I got a piece of sandpaper here. For now, I'm going to sand it down so the JB Weld will bite in good. The ends look pretty good. I can't see any holes in either end, but the bottom and the sides are just gone. Okay, we got it pretty cleaned up, roughed it up good, wiped it down so there's no debris left on it. Dad's getting serious. He went and got the old Bondo board. We're gonna mix up the whole tube of JB Weld. And I'm gonna pretty much just do a thin coat on the whole bottom of the tank and the sides, as far up the sides as I have enough to go. And then Dad was already looking online. They've got generic replacement tanks that are about this size for about $100. We probably will end up getting another tank ordered for this pretty soon so that we can replace it. But if we get a good coating of JB Weld on here, I've had gas tanks that I've used the original JB Weld instead of the JB Quick Weld on, that have had it on there for 10 years now and is still holding up. So we'll just have to see how it is after we get it all put back together. Well, it's tomorrow. JB Weld is set up. Probably as good as it's going to. We just threaded another fitting on the end of that pickup tube. That gets it down to within about a ½ an inch of the bottom of the tank, so that'll be a little bit better. Alright, see if we can get this fuel tank back in there. Got the camera a little too close there. There we go. Oh, I might have to get down to the ground for this. Get it back in there. And there's the fuel fitting has to go right in there. So it's tucked right back in there. Not really convenient to get to. And hopefully, when this is all put back together, it at least doesn't pour gas out. I hope I didn't make it worse, because after I cleaned it up, there was pinholes all over that tank. Yep, not that one. Not much room in there. And there we go. Let's see, I got the wrench for that. It doesn't have to be super tight, but it needs to be snugged up at least. There we go. That's got the fuel tank back in there. I'm not going to put the fuel in it till after I adjust the governor, just in case it does still leak. Okay, I took the camera off the tripod for a minute here so I can get right down in here. These are the flyweights for the governor. When they swing out from centrifugal force, they push that latch over. I'll turn the engine to where it's in the position where it could latch here. When it's in that position, this arm can swing over and it lines up with this block right here on that, and then that is what holds the push rod forward to latch the governor out on this. These flyweights sling out from centrifugal force, push that over, and then when it slows down, centrifugal force stops pushing so hard, they come back in, that opens up, and it'll draw in another charge and fire. It's got this lever that slides up and down, and I don't know if you can see, but it's there's a little ramp on there that pulls more tension on the back side of that, so it just puts more tension on the spring and will speed up the engine. Okay, that's a kind of an odd angle there, but I got the camera where you can see down in here. I'm pretty sure that the plate, when this comes over and latches, it's got a flat surface, it hits against a flat surface there to latch that out. And it's trying to skip right off of it like that. I think that the flat surface that's mounted to the push rod that goes to the exhaust valve is worn off at an angle. So I'm going to try to get that piece off of there, and maybe I can file it back down flat and it will catch better. Okay, I'm back over here at the workbench now, and I don't know how well the camera will pick this up, but that is the part that when the arm comes over and catches, it catches right on here, and that is pretty badly rounded off. But when they made this, they made it so that that piece comes out, turn it a quarter turn, put it back in, and you got a fresh factory machined edge. And then after more years of use, if that one gets bad, you can take it out and turn it again. So I didn't need to take this whole thing out of there. I think I could have just took that one screw out, turned that, but you couldn't see that when it was down in there, so I ended up taking the whole thing out. That's okay. I'll get it put back together on there and show you once it's back on there. Alright, I got that all put back together down in there. The latch catches now and doesn't try to skip back out from being rounded off like it was doing before. So I think I'm gonna put a little bit of gas in this thing. Hopefully it doesn't run right through like a sieve and out on the ground. And then we'll try starting it again and see if it will start and if the governor latches out and works like it's supposed to. I certainly hope that it doesn't leak worse than it did before I messed with it.
Didn't see nothing.
If nothing else, at least the gas that's in there's got to be cleaner than it was after cleaning the tank out. I don't see any drips yet, so that's a good sign. It's not just running through there. Let's see. It'll start up now. Look at that. That is exactly how that motor should run. That is exactly how that motor should run. That's nice. Get down in here, you can see the governor open up there. That's nice. We'll let that sit there and run for a while. It hasn't ran like this in a long time. should have showed that wooden pulley on here when it was not running. Somebody built a homemade wooden pulley on there. It's pretty neat. Should have got a picture of that before it started. Let's see here. Get some oil here. This doesn't have grease cups on the main bearings. It's got places to oil them. So occasionally when it's running, you gotta come around and oil your bearings. Well, I wheeled this thing outside here about an hour ago so that I could pull my Explorer in the shop and change the oil on it, and it has sat out here running and not missed a lick the entire time. So I think we got this one fixed well. And so far the gas tank's not leaking, so might get by with that fix on the gas tank for a little bit. Please hit the subscribe button, like the video, leave a comment. Come back later for more videos, and thanks for watching.